Good afternoon, Chloe Mabey. Welcome to Perfect Health on Elastic FM with Elaine Godley. Lovely to meet you.
Thank you for having me.
I understand you're a bra fitter.
Yes, that's correct. It's only a fairly recent thing since having my little boy, though, so a big change in careers.
Okay, what did you do before?
I used to work in the automotive industry, but after I had my little boy, I noticed there was a real gap in the market for good advice. And since he was about 6 months old, I retrained.
Okay, so how old is he now?
He's 2.5 now.
Okay, so your business is called Mabey Baby.
Mabey and Baby Maternity.
Right, okay. And how are you spelling that? Because your name is Mabey. So just to, bearing in mind we're on the radio, so it's probably easy to spell your company name.
Okay, so my business name is spelled M-A-Y-B-E and Baby Maternity, whereas my surname is spelled M-A-B-E-Y.
Right, okay, so a play on Mabey. So Mabey and baby.co.uk?
That's it.
Right, brilliant. Okay. So how did you get into bra fitting then, Chloe?
It took quite a while. So when I was around 14 weeks pregnant with Fletcher, my little boy, I went for a bra fitting, and I happened to be shopping with my mum. We live hundreds of miles apart, so it's not a common occurrence. And the lady said to me that as I was under the age of 14, my mum would need to come in with me.
Oh, bless.
At the time, I was 28 and 14 weeks pregnant, so that went down like a complete red balloon. And I just felt that the service followed on from that initial sentence, and I didn't trust the advice she was giving me. I didn't feel comfortable being fitted by her. And I had a similar experience at the very end of my pregnancy. So on my due date, I went to my nearest town looking for a nursing bra, and I turned to a lady who worked in the shop and asked what the smallest nursing bra she had was. And she just turned around and said, well, this is the smallest we've got. Will this do you? And it was probably about 10 inches too big in the band, and I could have fit the whole family in there.
Goodness.
She offered no support, no advice. And at the time I was very heavily pregnant. I was very stressed, and I just went away feeling really emotional and felt like I'd failed at feeding before I'd even started. I thought, if I can't find a bra to fit me, then how am I actually going to breastfeed my little boy?
Gosh, so you set about being retrained as what? I mean, is it a profession, bra fitting?
It is, yeah, and there's quite a knack to it. So a lot of places, a lot of big retailers will measure you purely with a tape measure and go from there, whereas the way that professionals are trained is to do it all by eye.
Ah, that explains then. So I had a mastectomy some years ago, and I went to have a fitting with, I can't think of somebody, John Lewis, I think it was, and that she just took one look at me and said, yes, you're a XYZ size, and I was perfectly, absolutely amazing. And I've had another experience with a friend who used to make bras. She no longer does that, sadly, but I've had a handmade bra, which is all done to a pattern and, bespoke and whatnot. So I've had a couple of experiences, but I didn't realise it was an actual sort of profession. So there we are.
So quite an art to it. So it's nice to be able to offer, especially I specialise in pregnant ladies and breastfeeding ladies. It's nice to be able to offer the kind of support that I didn't get.
Excellent. So you can literally, I mean, when you're sitting in a coffee shop, say, do you find yourself looking, saying, oh yeah, she's a 38D or she's a 46F or whatever it is?
I'm horrendous. I'm probably even worse when I only see the back of people, because I can see if their bras are riding up or not, or if their straps are slipping off, and immediately I can tell if their bra fits or not.
I've come to the conclusion that I need to go and get bra fitted again. But in the meantime, for years, I've been wearing these sports bras because I don't hold with underwire bras, because, as I'm sure you know, wearing underwire bras and then using deodorants that have aluminium in are precursors to breast cancer.
Yes.
So do you encourage women to have a certain style of bra, or does it depend on who they are, what their lifestyle is and so on? How does it work?
It does entirely depend on the woman. A lot of pregnant women are told that they can't wear underwires, so they will immediately go out and buy non-wired bras. But that's not the case. I think as long as they are fitted properly, then they're absolutely fine and safe. But it is what feels comfortable to the lady. So there are lots of different styles out there. So we have to take into account how far apart her breasts are, the way they sit, the fullness of them, and then we can choose a style that would fit.
Why do pregnant mums get told not to wear underwire bras?
They say because there's a risk of mastitis, so the wires pressing on the breast tissue, which there is, and they're told that they can't wear them, but as long as they're fitted properly, there isn't an issue. But it does mean if you do wear bras that have got wires in, you're going to have to get yourself fitted every couple of weeks to make sure.
Gosh, and that can be very expensive.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's not really practical, is it?
No.
My reason, as I say, is because of the cancer, the breast cancer issues. But I'm way past mastitis. I did have it, and it's horrendous. Mastitis is so painful. Yes, yeah, it's horrible. So, is there any sort of popular bra style that's in fashion at the moment? I see women with crossover things and these chicken fillet things that were fashionable a few years ago. What's the trend in bras at the moment?
So I think a lot of ladies are trying to move away from traditional styled bras at the moment. So they're going with bralettes, which are just lace fabric, no wires, not really a great deal of support, which is great if you're only wearing them for a short period of time. If you're going to be wearing them over a longer period of time, they can contribute to things like stretch marks, because your normal bra will keep your breasts where they should be, and the gravity of not wearing a well-fitting bra is going to help contribute to things like stretch marks. It might give things like backache because your breasts aren't where they should be. They don't offer you the support that you really need. So I would still recommend to people that they do wear a bra on a daily basis. But bralettes are very popular, and like you said, sports bras are always popular because they just seem that bit comfier as well.
Yes, yeah, I wear them all the time. Well, mostly all the time. So where are you based, Chloe?
I'm in Leicestershire, so really close to Colville.
Ah, I need to come and see you then, because I'm only in Nottingham.
Oh, perfect.
Yes. Aha, ta-da, excellent. I shall make an appointment to come and see you at some stage, and that would be fabulous.
No problem at all.
Okay, and maybe you can join me in the studio one time, because this obviously is a recorded interview, but maybe you can come actually up to the studio, up the M1, and be live.
That would be great. I'm becoming a bit of a regular in Nottingham at the moment. I've started doing some talks for mamas and papas in their stores. They have parents-to-be events, so I've just started doing some talks for them.
Excellent. Oh, how fabulous. Very good. So, what are your plans? What are you doing with the business? I've had a quick look at your website, and I can see it's in progress. So, what's your vision?
The next plan for the business is to launch my own range of nursing underwear. So this has been in progress for just over 2 years now, so it's still very much a work in progress. I was hoping to use a manufacturer in Leicester. They're probably one of the last, if not the last ones in Leicester, that specialise in lingerie, but unfortunately, due to cost rises, I'm having to now look abroad. So next on the list is a trip to Latvia, I believe, to check out some manufacturers and hopefully get my first range made by Christmas.
Goodness. I have another lady in Nottingham area who makes pants, positive pants. Her business is Positive Pants. I need to introduce a pair of you.
Oh, fantastic.
She's done a lot of research into where to buy from. And another friend, the one that used to make bras, and she had a bespoke service, and she did all the stuff on radio, and and she actually used to come to Leicester to buy materials. So I think there's a couple of connections there that might be useful.
That would be perfect. Thank you.
Okay. So you're going to be launching your own so knickers as well as bras. You said underwear.
Yeah.
So, okay.
So I feel it's really important to have matching sets. You go through pregnancy and you can only buy very limited styles of bras, and then you start your breastfeeding journey, and some ladies go up to a year, 2 years, and it's a really long period of time to be in underwear and clothing that doesn't really feel like you. So I want to create underwear that looks like normal bras that you would normally wear, and to create matching sets as well.
That's a great idea. I've never bothered about matching things until recently, and I found that when I wear matching, it makes me feel more womanly. If you
It does,
and it's because everything's coordinated on my outside clothing, but as long as I don't have, and as long as underneath is comfortable and no visible panty line and all that sort of thing, I'm fussy about. Can't stand it when you see somebody walking along the street and their knickers are up the backside, or falling down, or whatever. And as you say, the bras are rucking up and you've got bulges everywhere. We don't tend to give enough attention, do we, to our undergarments, and yet what's underneath can help shine what's on the top.
Definitely. It can be a massive confidence boost just having a well-fitting underwear set. And I think it's not until you can't find it that you think, actually, I really miss that, or I really want to have it.
Do you link with people who work on image as well? Because there's various different companies where ladies train to look at colours and how colours suit us. Do you have any connections with those organisations?
No, but they would be a fantastic like-minded group of people to talk to.
They would, wouldn't they? I know some. I'll make some connections for you.
Super.
I don't know if we're friends already, but if you friend me on Facebook, then I can make some connections for you.
Lovely, thank you.
Marvellous. Okie dokie. So, is there anything else to say about bra fitting and bras? Any sort of passions, any sort of hobby horse irritants that you have, or anything you want to get off your chest, so to speak?
I think it's very important for women to know how to fit a bra properly, and so many retailers, especially the larger ones, are guilty of using a really outdated fitting method. So they will take a tape measure, they will measure under your bust, and then they will add an extra 4 inches, if not more, onto your underbust measurement. This is what makes your bra ride up at the back. It helps your straps fall off your shoulders. Your breasts might fall out of the bottom of your bra. And I think it's so important that we know that isn't the way a bra should be fitted, and we need to arm ourselves with a bit of information and knowledge before we go for a fitting. Because I've been for so many fittings previously where I haven't quite felt right in the fitting room, but I feel pressured into buying the bras that they're showing me. I get them home, I wear them for a couple of hours, and I think this just isn't right. It doesn't fit right. It feels uncomfortable, and it's not sitting how it should do. So I think the best thing for a quick bit of advice for women is, if they measure under their bust measurement in inches, do it fairly tight. It should be nice and snug. That is what their band should be. So if you go into a shop and they're suddenly measuring you at a 36 when you've measured at 32, you know it's not going to fit right.
How do we assess our cup size as well then? Bearing in mind we're not experts as you are, and I mean, you've mentioned 4 inches.
Yeah.
Shop people add on. So tell me how you measure a cup size, or how you assess.
It's done by eye, but then you've also got to consider things like different manufacturers have fitted their products slightly differently, or they fit in a different way. So although you could go via a measurement, until you know how the bras work that you're stocking, it's quite hard to fit someone, give them a specific size.
So hence the technique of the trained eye being really, really important.
Yes, definitely. But a good way to start would be to measure your underband, and whatever the difference is compared to what you're wearing. So say it's 4 inches, that's 2 band sizes. So you would then go down 2 band sizes and up 2 cup sizes, and that would be a good base to start at, and then you can start tweaking to see if anything needs changing.
So we start from the bra that we're currently wearing.
Yeah.
We measure our under bust size with a tape measure. We look at the bra cup that we're wearing.
So you would work from the band first, so you would see what the difference in measurement is between your current bra and what you've measured yourself at. And
so we measure our bra. So we take the bra off, we measure the bra with a tape measure.
No, just what it says on the tag.
Okay, right.
And each band size equates to 2 inches. So if you're currently wearing a 36-inch bra and you've measured yourself at a 32-inch, then that's 2 band sizes different. So you would then increase your cup sizes by 2.
Okay, gosh, it's quite scientific, isn't it? Maths is not my strong point, so I'm gonna finish it there. Brilliant. Thank you very much for sharing that with us, Chloe.
No problem.
You have 2 song choices. What a Beautiful Day by the Levellers. Why did you choose that song?
I chose that because I've been to see the Levellers a couple of times, but they were when I was a teenager, so I was still at school, and I have really happy memories of me and my best friend going to see them in our local arts centre.
Fabulous. And Meatloaf, Paradise by the Dashboard Light. I like that song. It's a nice song. Why have you chosen it?
My first holiday abroad, me and my sister decided to sing karaoke, which I never have and never will do again. But this is the song that I chose, bearing in mind that she was going to sing one part, I was going to sing the other. But she failed to tell me she didn't know any of the words, didn't know the song. So I ended up singing it all myself.
Well done, you. Okay, so just to recap then, your website, if you can just tell us again what your website is.
It's Mabey, MAYBE -baby, BABY.co.uk.
Maybebaby.co.uk. Well, lovely to have you on the show, Chloe Mabey, and I will be meeting you in person before too long by the sounds of things.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.